Now we will be taking a look at our newspapers for today. We have a newspaper reviewer right here with us in the studio to give perspectives to some of these stories. He's Salmon Salami, Media Director, Justice Pen Alliance, and he's right here. Thank you so much for joining us on Daybreak this morning.
Everybody, good morning.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so let's just
thank you very much.
Quickly take a look at the Daily Trust newspaper. The lead story this morning talks about the Northern Elders Parley. Atiku was there, Tinubu was there, and also we saw that the presidential candidate of the Labour Party, Peter Obi, is there. The lead story says, "I will champion indivisible, prosperous Nigeria, complete Mambila." AKK says Tinubu. The writer says, "North Nigeria's greatest asset. I will unlock Nigeria's potentials." That's according to Peter Obi. Then we have another writer saying, "Obi detained me in 2013, says El-Rufai. Recall that the presidential candidate of the PDP, Atiku Abubakar, made his own appearance earlier, where he made certain statements that at the end of the day appear to have backfired. But that's that. Let's take a look at other stories above the lead story. Atiku to Kaduna voters. "I will end insecurity, revive industries." Yesterday at the rally in Kaduna. And again, another story. Nigeria's inflation rate hits new 17-year high of 20.77%. You have troops kill 6 ISOP fighters, repel attack on Zulum's hometown. And then you have also below the pictorial, petrol scarcity lingers in Abuja as Lokoja gridlock persists. So these are some of the stories on the front page of Daily Trust. Let's get perspectives on these stories. Well, let me let our guest reviewer talk about the interaction between the Northern Elders Group, or I would say the Northern Forum, the joint committee of the Northern Forum meeting with all presidential candidates. What do you make of the appearances of all the various presidential candidates there?
Once again, thank you very much, Ayuba. Honestly, I am proud to be a Nigerian. Once again, I'm very, very proud and elated to be a Nigerian. What Arewa House Joint Committee did is a very good boost to our democracy. We have never had it this good. A situation where you bring the foremost presidential candidates and you engage them constructively on issues bordering on what do you intend to do if you become the president of this country. It was pungent, it was direct, it was devoid of emotions. Honestly, let us give it to the joint committee.
So on the appearance of the various presidential candidates?
Yes, I am going to be very, very careful in analyzing what they said, because it's in public domain now. Clearly, all the aspirants delved on issues. Tinubu did. He acknowledged the contributions of the forefathers, so to speak, of this country. He mentioned the opportunities available in the north, being a large expanse of arable land, and how he intends to embark on agribusiness. He mentioned on so many other things. The issue of Almajiri, the issue of out-of-school children. In actual fact, he really spoke eloquently and confidently on how he would tackle some of our existential problems.
Well, we actually have in the past, history has actually taught us that, most of these candidates come and make promises, and once they're voted into power, nothing happens.
Well, all of them, this time around, I want to believe that Nigerians are experientially refined. Experientially refined in such a manner that what is important now is not necessarily I will do. In specific terms, how do you intend to do it? Whether we like it or not, this is a good development for our democracy. This is a good development for Nigeria. And indeed, this is a very good development for all the lovers of democracy and those who look forward to having the real dividends of democracy. But then, eternal vigilance is the word.
Well, you mentioned the fact that you started earlier on talking about, you've spoken about the presidential candidate of the APC, but we would like your take also on the utterances that have now received backlash, by members of the public from the presidential candidate of the People's Democratic Party.
Good students of psychology will remind you of Freudian slip. Whether we want to deny it or not, it is right there for whoever cares to listen. Well, it's media group, they have come out to say that Atiku was quoted out of context. For now, I want us to leave it at that it was quoted out of context. But he did say some good things too, which he will do if he gets the nod to be the president. Well, I am very happy about what Obi said, and of course, what Rufai said, which was very cheeky and comical, that yes, when you were the governor, you detained me in my hotel. I am the governor now. I will not detain you. Well, I think we need such comic, or such comedy as it were. But the real lesson is not lost on any patriotic Nigerian who desires and who looks forward to having constructive engagement with our presidential candidate. So, this is just the beginning.
So this has we have this happening now. Would it be the same when any of the presidential candidates eventually emerge, when he becomes president? Will they subject themselves to, these kind of interactions? Maybe to be able to hear from the people how they are doing in terms of leadership, and then not when they are criticized and then they attack people and all that.
Well, Ayuba, let us build strong institutions and not strong individuals. When we have strong institutions, and this is where I give kudos to Trust TV. Trust TV really has been in the forefront of promoting voters' education and conscientization of our people. I still give it to Trust TV. And that is why I always look forward to coming here whenever you call me. Honestly, power belongs to the people. If only the people know that ultimate power belongs to them, they will know that what they are holding can checkmate whoever.
All right, so let's quickly take a look at the Punch newspaper. There are two stories I would actually want you to talk on. The first talks about inflation hitting 20.77%, as food supply and FX crisis worsens. And, the Nigerian debt risky and unsustainable, according to reports. Can you share your thoughts on this? The economy.
Truth be told, we are in deep shit. The country is in a deep shit when you talk of the economy. Yes, the president and the administration has done very well in infrastructure development, but I must confess to you that the purchasing power of an average Nigerian has really dwindled. And that is the truth. And this is not sustainable. There's the need for the government to do something and to do it urgently.
Mm-hmm. All right. Well, thank you so much. We're going to be brief this morning. We thank you for coming on Daybreak and sharing your perspectives with us on these papers. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.